Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome back to the Bridging with Kai YouTube channel. Today, I have for you a hand from the mixed trials that literally, after seeing it, I was like, I need to put down everything. I need to go into BBO, and I copied it over so that I can make a video on it. And I literally called it Mind Meld because my mind is broken. I am going to be looking at this hand for so long today, and it's just so insane. This is crazy. There's so many different things that are going on here, and it's mainly something that happens on hands where you just literally every suit is like a misfit. It is ugly, okay? But we're going to look at it. It's going to be fun. And yeah, this happened in the finals of the mixed trials. I was live streaming it with Olivia Shearson. If you want to go check out that video, that live stream, it is up here in the corner. So yeah, check that out. But let's look into the hand first because, dear Lord, this one is wild. All right, so here is the hand. You might recognize it from watching the trials or maybe even playing in the trials, who knows. I understand that there are plenty of hands in the trials that were mighty interesting. It's just unfortunate that I cannot watch trials and edit videos at the same time. I am not that skilled. I missed a lot of all the stuff that was happening in the trials because I was busy trying to make content. And then, of course, I have my own life as well. My life isn't just Bridge YouTube. Are you kidding? But let's get into this hand. East-west is vulnerable, north-south is not, and north starts by opening one heart. You're sitting there and you're like, this is a 10 count, Kai. Why are you opening one heart? And I'm like, it's a beautiful 10 count. You've got a solid heart suit, 4-card spade suit as well. You don't want to open 2 hearts with this. It just feels too strong to open 2 hearts. And anytime you got a 6-card suit, and it feels like it's too strong to open 2 hearts, you should open 1 heart. That's just a good general rule of thumb. And North did this here. It went 1 heart, 1 spade overcall from East. And now it's interesting to mention that they do have spades and a minor, so therefore they can bid Michaels. They decided not to this time, maybe because they don't have the allocated high card points, or Michaels here, they've agreed they don't show a 6-5 with a Michaels. It has to be 5-5. They wanted to prioritize bidding spades first, so they did. Auction continued double from south, showing both minors, and then 1 no trump from west, which is showing clubs. Now, this is a agreement called transfers over a major double, and they do it for, if it was the opening bid and there was a double, you play transfers over it, but they also do it for overcalls. You do it in both situations. It's very common. So when it goes 1 no trump showing clubs, then north bids 2 hearts, continuing showing the hearts, not showing the spades because, well, somebody else showed spades. There's no point in doing that. And then East bid 2 spades to say, I've got a 6-card spade suit, don't care about your clubs. And then South just bid 4 hearts. You've got an 11 count, your partner's shown 6. You've got 2 aces. Like, you're thinking about the hands that partner could possibly have in which you belong in game, and there are just too many with ace, ace, king. That's a prime 11 points. You can possibly be doing some spade rubs. They did bid spades, so it is a possibly making contract for sure. So it goes 4 hearts, and then it goes pass. And at this table, I think it was the least interesting scenario in terms of play, but we'll go over it. So it started with the club lead. Clearly, you want to lead your singleton. So it goes club to the queen, but unfortunately North also has a singleton. You don't necessarily know that, but you can have a pretty decent idea from the bidding, as West did show clubs, which implies 5, so it probably is a doubleton up there somewhere. And Declarers sat here and thought, I've already lost a club, I have 2 diamond losers, I have 3 spade losers. This looks extremely uncomfortable. I have no way to get rid of the spade losers. And also, we have the additional information that East probably has 6 spades, so West has a singleton. And that means I have 2 hearts here, prime for roughing spades, but unfortunately, they're going to be roughing before I do, and very likely they're going to be able to draw the trump before I'm even able to rough spades. So this kind of looks fruitless for Declarer. Like, how the heck are you ever going to make this contract? You got 3 spade losers, and you got possibly 2 diamond losers. Fortunately for the North hand here, the ace of diamonds is onside, and the king of spades is onside. So those are 2 losers gone, but you still have a bunch more to deal with. So let's look into how Declare about playing this. Firstly, South led their singleton. They're trying to get a rough. So it went 7 of spades. And Declare here played low, which is a very interesting play. And I think this has to do with the fact that they predicted the way that the spade split. Why put the queen on when you know it's going to get covered with the king and then it's going to go ace? You want to preserve these honors so that if East has to lead, they now have to play the king in front of your queen jack, or if they play low, you just duck it around because you know what's going on in the spade suit. So it's very smart by Declare to play towards the ace here because now you have so much leverage in your queen jack of spades. And if you go for playing another spade here, West doesn't know if they should be roughing or if they should be pitching. Very likely they should just be pitching because East rebidding spades on 10 empty sixth is spooky. So they pitch, it goes queen, and it goes king. So in a way, the same thing happened here, but something more organic happened in the fact that you played the ace first and then you played your doubleton. Because there's also a scenario where you play your queen here, they can just duck. And now the spade suit is blocked and your ace is getting roughed. So it was a very smart thing here to just play low because it gives them the most flexibility, the most pressure for the opponent. So it goes ace and then it goes another spade, it gets pitched, the king of spades wins the trick, but the jack of spades is now set up. So another spade is now played as they want to give partner a rough. And South here plays the ace of hearts. And this is actually a really smart play. Let's say that the heart split 3-2. This ace of hearts is trumping in the shorthand and it gains a trick because of that. And if they split 3-2, you're not worried about that, right? Because now the king, queen, jack also drop all of those other cards. So the point here is they were trying to use the ace as getting an extra trick because you are expanding your trump suit by trumping in the shorthand. So that was Declare's plan here, because now your six of spades is no longer a loser. It was a winner, because now the ace of spades used to trump the six of spades, and now your jack of spades is also high, and all you need is the ace of diamonds to also be on side at this point. So it goes ace of hearts, six of spades, but unfortunately for Declare, as it turns out, the hearts do not split 3-2, and you needed to finesse the 10. And they didn't do that, which is completely understandable. They had this idea of how this was going to go. And unfortunately, at this point, there was a claim the ace of diamonds was taken. And the 10 of hearts is also a winner for the defense. So that was what happened at one of the tables. So the East-West pair successfully defeated the North-South pair here and were able to get a plus 50 score. North-South got a minus 50 score. Now, let's see what happened at the other table. Now, this table was super interesting. I was watching this one and my brain was broken. What I thought was happening was not what was happening, okay? So the same thing started, went one heart, but this time the two hearts bid came up, the Michael's Q bid showing spades and a minor. And yeah, a completely reasonable bid, just different takes on how to bid this. And then there was a double from South, which it wasn't alerted, but I assumed from what was being bid this was values and interest in penalizing either the spades or the minor. So this was showing values. I didn't think it could be anything else, although there was no alert. And then we got a pass from West. West did not decide to come in with their club suit, especially knowing that you've got a misfit going on here. Granted, East certainly could have two clubs or even three clubs if you're lucky, but you're vulnerable. Your partner's done a Michael's bid, which, depending on your agreements, doesn't have to be particularly strong, but vulnerable, maybe you should be. West just felt like not bidding here and withholding the club information, which is an interesting take in my opinion. I certainly would be in there with a three clubs bid because I have... Oh, I see. I'm silly. This three clubs here is pass or correct because West is saying you've got spades and a minor. What's your minor? And it's the weak way of saying, okay, partner, choose your minor. The strong way of saying choose your minor would be two no trump. So if West bid three clubs here, it's not natural. It's not insisting on clubs. It is just saying, partner, bid your suit. And West doesn't want that. They want to be in clubs. So maybe their plan was to wait until later and then bid clubs, instead of implying a really strong hand with bidding four clubs vulnerable just outright when things could just be misfitty. So maybe that was their plan. I'm not completely certain, but I know that three clubs here is not natural. So it goes pass, and I get it now. And North bids three hearts here, showing six hearts, and it goes pass, and South bids four hearts. Like, both Souths here decided that their hand was worth a four hearts call, and I can't blame them. It's completely reasonable. But this time, West pops in with a double. Now, why the heck did they double? Like, where are the tricks? Their partner bid Michael's vulnerable. That's one thing. And also, you know that everything is splitting poorly. East has 5-5 at the bare minimum in the spades and the diamonds, and you've got 6-4 in the clubs and the hearts. Like, this is going to be an uncomfortable position. Your partner should have something like 2 tricks at the bare minimum, possibly even 3 with their bid, and you have your clubs plus a guaranteed bad splitting heart suit that they might not guess to finesse the hearts with. The double might imply that you probably should finesse hearts, but still, you know that it's going to be a tough contract, so it's completely reasonable to double here. It goes pass, and we play in 4 hearts doubled, so the stakes have risen from what happened at the other table. And once again, we get the same lead. It goes club, the queen, and jack, and then 7 of spades. Same thing happened here, except we got the queen of spades here. Queen of spades played, and now that east here ducked the spade, like I said earlier. The point is that you've blocked the spade suit, so this ruff is not going to be as easy to get. And now your ace of spades is getting ruffed by these hearts. So now you really just genuinely do have 3 losers, whereas if you played low, you had 2 losers only. Really weird thing. Really weird. But then again, Declarer didn't have the same information as at the other table, where East implied that they had 6 spades. Here, it seemed like 5-5, so if West had a doubleton, putting the queen in looked like it was just like a doubleton over in the West hand and 5 in the East hand, and you were safe. This ace of spades was not getting ruffed. But in this case, it was. So what happened is we played a diamond up to the king, and then a spade came back, and this got ruffed. And then we had a club return, and you could ruff with any card, hilariously enough, and it would beat out the 2. You ideally wouldn't want to ruff with the king, queen, or jack. It doesn't necessarily hurt here if West is the one who has the long hand of trump and they only had 4, but 8's completely safe. So it goes spade, club, and we see a spade, and the same play happens where you ruff with the ace. Exact same idea, except it's a lot more safe here because West has already ruffed something. And at this point, your East here has it down 1 at this point still, because you got the jack of spades as a loser. That, like, still, you only took 1 spade trick. But look what happens. It goes heart, and they even get fancy with it. They finesse to the 9 just in case West had 5. Smart play. All right, king, queen, jack, and at this point there was a claim for making. What? What are you talking about? There was a claim for making right here when there's a blatant king of spades, jack of spades right here. Why? Why was there a claim for making? Because there's a squeeze on. If you play the 5 of hearts, East is guarding 2 suits that they can no longer guard anymore. If you pitch the king of spades, then the jack of spades is high. And if you pitch the 10 of diamonds, now the king is also high. And more importantly, the final card is the beer card. Shout out to PJ for insisting that I did this in this video. There's the beer card right there. Boom. You did a squeeze, you made a doubled contract, and you got a beer. Okay? Like, insane. All right? And plus 590 for a insane, what is that? 12 imp swing? Is it 12 or 13? I know 500s are 11, so I think this should be somewhere around 12. This is a 12 imp swing for the north-south pair here. Y'all. That is crazy. Now, we need to take a look at all of these different leads because there is so much in terms of double dummy line. Okay, and I want you to guess right now, okay? We have this auction. What is double dummy, the setting lead? What is it? There's a very specific lead that you have to make here that will set the contract. What is it? If you guessed a low diamond, you're correct. What? If you solved this, you have to tell me why. We're about to look at why. But if you were able to figure out that a low diamond was actually what guaranteed to set this contract, you are a bridge master and you need to go the Bermuda. Okay? So why does a low diamond set the contract? Let's take a look at it. It goes diamond, right? And you play the king, right? You psychically guess that the ace of diamonds is on side, okay? Because if you play low, you're down 2 apparently. So why is this the case, okay? And what's the plan now? The plan that comes to my mind, like, I guess not on this auction necessarily, but seeing things double dummy, like, is possibly like trying to set up a roughing finesse situation in the club suit. If you play club to the jack and the 9 falls, and then you can use the 10-8-7 as leverage on the other honors. That's what I'm thinking, and then we can use the clubs that we set up to pitch the spades away. That seems like the best idea, period, in my opinion, that I saw. I guess you got a diamond loser, you got a spade. Like, you can also just play ace of spades and a spade. That's another thing you could do. So I guess a diamond loser got a spade loser, you got a club loser, and hopefully that's all you lose. So I think that ace of spades and a spade. Let's go with that. Ace of spades and a spade. It goes spade, you pitch, and then it goes jack, king. All right? And you need to switch to a heart here because what's the point? You're trying to prevent this cross rough from occurring. So if it goes like this around to the 9, you play a spade and you rough it with your ace. Okay, now what's going on? What's the problem? We still have a diamond loser and a club loser, but that's it. The issue is entries. If you play a club, it goes club, right? And then it goes diamond. It gets overtaken, and then they give you a rough in spades. All right? And now you're just down 1. There's nothing you can do. You got only trump left, but you've lost too many tricks already. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's how you go down with the spade. And just to mention, it's only the trump lead because this is what gives you your entry problem, right? Because when you rough here, you have no way to get back to the north hand to draw the rest of the trump, and that enables the spade rough. So let's say instead we play a spade back right now. That isn't going to cut it because we can rough with the ace of hearts, play a club, and we could do the same thing where we just finesse this heart because we know that they doubled and whatnot, right? So everything else leads to this ability to do exactly what you want. The problem is if you lead a trump right then, your entries are skewered. Okay, let's try the club line. Why not? Let's play a club towards the jack. They win the queen. And the setting trick, the setting lead, is the 2 of clubs. The 2 of clubs. Why? Because now you have to rough, right? This would be a winner, but they have the leverage of the 2 of hearts. You can't pitch because they would get this 2 of hearts winner that they otherwise would not have gotten. What? Okay, but if you rough, right, even with the 5, if you're sidekick and you know they don't have the 10, the 6, or the 7, or whatever, right, you're still dead, okay? Because if we now, the plan was we were going to try to roughing finesse the clubs, right? So let's say we play a heart. We just don't have enough entries now because the king of diamonds was knocked out at trick 1, okay? Because if we play a club, so they cover, right? We rough. Let's say we play the queen of spades finessing, okay, and they somehow let us do this, right? They could have ducked, but like even if we got all that we wanted here, right? The 7 of clubs is now set up, but we have no way to get there. No way to get there. You don't have enough entries because the king of diamonds was knocked out at trick 1 when you psychically guessed that they had underled their ace. Okay, there's just so much. What? This is insane, y'all. And what's the difference between playing a low club and let's say just like returning a spade, let's say? If you just put in the queen, goes king, ace. Let's say they duck. Let's say the duck. Make it difficult, right? Like we said before. What happens? We play a heart to the ace, and we do the roughing finesse line. Okay, let's say they cover. We rough. Okay, yeah. Now we draw trump. We play the king. Yeah. Jack, let's say. Queen. Maybe they pitch 1 spade because that's safe. All right. And now what? Why did we exit a diamond? Were they squeezed? Oh, it's a huge end play. Oh my God. Because you throw them in with a club to the ace, and all they have left are clubs. Oh my goodness. You guys. And that's why you can't play a spade back. That's why you can't play a spade back. Because you get end played in clubs in the very end. Anybody see that happening? Anybody see that coming? And then the thing is that, okay, what if you just, like, I don't know, play the ace of clubs? This just enables everything. You can now ruff, and now you can go for this roughing finesse line. Let's say you play a heart, right? And then you go to the ace, and then you play the 10 of clubs. Now the roughing finesse actually is happening, and you have an entry to get back there, and the clubs are now set up, right? All the rest of the trump get drawn. Like so. And now you play the queen of spades, and you finesse the spade. And now your 8 of 7 are high. You use them to pitch two things, and the jack of spades is high, and you make with an over trick, for goodness sake. Okay? All right? Now, let's get back to the opening leads, okay? Because this was only on the diamond lead. Like, why doesn't any other lead work? Like, why a diamond, but not the ace of diamonds? Like, why doesn't the ace of diamonds work? Because you get in the end anyway. It's always a winner. What's the difference between taking it now and later? Okay, so let's take a look at this. Diamond, okay? And let's knock out the diamond winner now, because let's make it try to seem as similar as to what it was before. The thing is that we play a club, okay, to the jack. And what's the deal? Spade return, queen, low, low, heart, ace. Okay, same thing. Oh, it's the club end play. Once again, it's the same situation where you draw the rest of their trump and you throw them in. Okay, now there's one other question I have, because this is ending up being the club end play once again. So we do this to the ace, and we exit the 8 of clubs, and all that West can exit is clubs. And this is so double dummy. Okay, do not try this at home. It's not going to work, okay? I guess the question is now that I have is, what if the ace of spades gets knocked out immediately? Let's say that there's a cover in the spade suit. Like if it goes king, ace, because that was how we initiated the end play in the end, was we were able to get back here with the ace of spades and then exit a club. So what if the ace of spades is now gone? We play a club, goes king, we ruff, they play. Actually, they don't even need to play the dang king, because we just need to ruff anyway, because the 2 of hearts. And what do we do now? A low spade? A low... not the queen of spades, because it gets ruffed, right? But once again, under leading your winner, a low spade, because this was a loser you were always going to get in the first place, and now your queen of spades does not get ruffed, okay? So that you can set up this play. Let's say it goes diamond, club, heart. Now we have this play set up where we play the 6, and we ruff with the ace, and then we finesse the 10 of hearts. And now our queen of spades is high. So if you block their suit by not playing the king on the honor, you get end played in clubs. If not, if you cover, now you have unblocked the suit so that they can just set up, so that they can ruff with the ace of hearts and draw the rest of your trump with the finesse. But absolutely insane. And the last thing I want to look at, I think, is the heart lead. If they lead hearts, this makes, just because we can do the club roughing finesse line. This just works with the club roughing finesse. Let's say they exit a spade, we cover. Let's say they get rid of the entry like this. And now you can play the 10, king, because the 2 of hearts is gone because it was led, right? And we play a heart to the ace, and we play this, cover or else they pitch, yeah, and king, and because the aces of diamonds is on side, now your club is set up. Your club is now set up, ace of diamonds and queen of diamonds, and now your 7 of clubs set up because you roughing finessed and you pitch the spade, and now the queen of spades is high. Jesus. It's just like there's so many ways that the declarer can make this with so many different ideas. Granted, I haven't even looked at situations, permutations, where the hands are different, okay? Things could split slightly differently, of course, but oh my god. This hand is insane. It is such a mind meld. So many different concepts going all over the place, and you really have to be careful of like, where are these tricks going? And I don't know. My mind is melded. My mind is broken. And I hope that yours is too, but you learn something somehow, because this is just all these concepts in a mind meld together. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Bridging with Kai YouTube channel, because this is a great way to help spread bridge together. Thank you so much if you did that. And yeah, I think that's it. Once again, hope you enjoyed, and keep on bridging, everyone. And may you get many more mind melds like this one. Wow.